Ruffalo expressed his interest in doing a standalone Hulk film. Marvel balked a bit at the idea since Hulk movies seem to be cursed with bad box office turnout. Instead, the Russo brothers promised Ruffalo that he would have a full character arc over the course of a few films, which would amount to the same amount of screen time and development as a standalone film would offer. Mark was down with the plan. Essentially, this means that we'll definitely be seeing a lot of Bruce Banner and possibly the Hulk as well, simply due to the contractual obligation. That sounds like a bad thing, but it doesn't have to be. What it signifies is simply that Brucey is going to have a storyline climax that will most likely leave us all, satisfied. The Super Soldier. Hey guys, remember the Incredible Hulk movie starring that guy from Fight Club? Yeah, neither do we. As we mentioned before, the standalone Hulk movies have not been very popular at the cinemas. However, this particular film is one of the first films of the MCU, and even though it wasn't very good, it still was an important part of the story of Bruce Banner. In the film, we learn that Bruce is an experiment made by the government to recreate the World War II-era super soldier program that Captain America came from. We're left at the end of the film seeing Bruce transform to Hulk in a somewhat controlled manner. We don't know where that control went in the later films, but we guess that's all part of the story arc. In any case, Banner is a super soldier. He was made for fighting. Transforming into the Hulk is what he was made to do. It was disappointing to see Banner not be able to do that in Infinity War, but we can be assured that his role in saving the universe will definitely go back to what he was made to do: the imposter. We've talked about the theory before, but here it is again. The Hulk was replaced by Loki at some point just before Avengers Infinity War began. So when we see Loki die, he isn't dead after all. Loki is housed inside Bruce Banner. When we see Hulk get smashed by Thanos, it's probably just because Loki doesn't have a good handle on that whole being a giant green beast, and his imposter version of the Hulk is a little wimpy. Then he decides to appear as Bruce Banner to avoid the whole fighting thing, and for the rest of the film, we are left wondering why Banner can't muster up the strength to go green. So where does this leave Bruce Banner? Well, we're assuming that if Loki was actually the Hulk we see on the Asgardian ship, Banner has to not be on the ship or else he'd be dead like everyone else. The Russo brothers have claimed that the whereabouts of fellow Asgard refugees Miek, Korg, and the Valkyrie are too spoilery, so we don't know where they are. So, it's possible that Banner is with them, wherever they are, possibly on an escape pod of sorts? Wherever they are now, we hope to see a grand entrance in Avengers 4, and we kinda hope the green guy is with them. The Professor. In Thor Ragnarok, we see the Hulk a bit differently than he has been portrayed before. He can talk, make jokes, and play pranks. Granted, all of these are rudimentary at best, but hey, it's progress. It was a bit strange to see the Hulk as something more than just a brainless, bulky fighting machine. Instead, we see a person with thoughts and even emotions. When he finally went away and allowed Bruce to come out, Banner was terrified that if Hulk came out again, it would be the final time and he would stay permanently. It's as if Bruce saw the Hulk as a person making cognitive and deliberate decisions instead of just coming out because he was angry. So that brings us to the next reason Hulk may be pretty darn important in the upcoming Avengers film. Because wouldn't it be something to have a creature with the strength of Hulk but the brains of Bruce? Well kids, let us introduce you to Professor Hulk. A leaked poster of some character concept art for Avengers 4 revealed a few interesting things, not least of which is Captain America's newly shaven face, which, thank goodness for that, because that beard wasn't doing it for us. But also, the Hulk is shown wearing a costume. Not something big and scary like the Hulkbuster armor, but like a very superhero-esque spandex number. The Hulk isn't really one for wearing clothing, so this is definitely hinting at something important. Not only is he wearing clothing, but his hair looks almost styled, and his facial expression seems to be expressing something other than anger, which is unusual for the Hulk. So what could this new look mean? Many are theorizing that Professor Hulk is going to make an appearance. In the Incredible Hulk comics, there was one iteration of the hero that combined the best of both characters: Hulk's strength and Banner's intelligence. This character is known as Professor Hulk, and is definitely a formidable character for any of his foes. This character combination definitely makes sense with what we've seen over the past few films. Bruce and the Hulk are trying to coexist in the same body, and it's as if each is very aware of the other's needs. They still have a lot of learning to do to live together peacefully, but it looks like that may happen in the new Avengers film if Professor Hulk really is on the roster.